lighthouse and they're getting blown away.
Yeah, it's Storm Barbette, isn't it? Good morning, everybody. This is Blabbing for Britain, and we're live today on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. To everybody on LinkedIn who watches, thank you. And we'll be on screen in about 40 seconds, and Peter can tell us what's going on in Aberdeen, which is, as he's just said, the eye of the storm that's taking place at the moment, where getting more rain than you get in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to talk about the show card, because there's another variation of the show card.
Yeah.
Which is that one.
What a handsome man I look.
I said I would do it, and I have. Let's just hide that and come back to all of us.
You don't look handsome. You look like the spy that came in from the rain.
I used to be a singer in Aberdeen, and it's just his look, the look Frank Robert passed away. And that's quite an old picture of that one.
That's what John said.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should all have current pictures.
Yeah. My mate went out on a date with a woman, and I've seen her picture before. And then when she came into the pub, he tried to do a runner.
Yeah. We should all have new photographs. I put my new photograph there.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done this, but the other week I was at a stall and a woman, it was a police stall actually, and a woman came, I know who you are, she said, blah, blah, blah. So I can't remember you. And she had an ID badge, and I looked at it, and I looked up and down and up and down. My mates was watching, I looked at her again, I looked at the badge. My sister, what have you been eating? Just as well I know you, she said. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, now John asked us before we came on air what Belown TV is, and Belown TV is Belive, B-E-L, and OneStream, O-N-E. So Belown.tv is my rebranding of live broadcasts, all live broadcasts, so unrecorded as well, and promoting Belive and promoting OneStream.
At the same time.
It is a commercial venture.
They might half your payments.
I'm basically using my affiliate links for both.
All right.
Yeah. Because OneStream pay 55% commission.
Okay.
Which is not to be sneezed at. So, which picture do we leave on, John?
Oh, I don't care. Don't affect me.
Well, my picture, the one on the left.
I'm the same in both, so it has no effect on me.
You know, when you're growing ears.
You know, I've been to the barber's twice this week, and on both occasions disappointed to find it closed. And I'm beginning to wonder if she's decided it is a female barber. I've been going to her for double-figure years, but 3 doors down from a fancy Turkish barber's has opened, and I'm wondering if it's just killing her trade.
Turkish barbers are the best.
They might be the best, but they're bloody expensive compared with a traditional barber.
Well, you know something? I'm going to tell you, I get a £10 haircut now, and they put out they put an advert. Well, not an advert. They use social media and they buy and sell groups, right? And now I get a £10 haircut, and usually it can be £14 to £16.
That's good.
And I actually got a skin here. And you know something? It's marvellous. I can go more often now. And that's the way they're doing the business. Cheaper to get volume, you know?
Indeed. I paid £12. John, what was your Turkish barber's going to charge you?
The Turkish barber's starts with a 2. It's 20 quid.
You live in Metropolis. You live in the big city. That's the problem. Right,
I
you said
don't
the
live in
tweeter.
the big city. The biggest problem is that if you walk, I live in Alton, and then Acots Green is the next area along. Yeah,
Mhm.
if you were to walk or drive and look, depending there are 9 barbers between the railway station in Alton, which is like where the centre is, and the village green in
Yeah.
Acots Green. 9 barbers.
Yeah, well, we are saturated with them too, you know.
But they're all fancy. Excuse me, they're all fancy except the one that I've been going to.
Yeah,
And then I have a second barber's that I would go to if I couldn't get into the traditional barbers. Another tradition. Gone. Drove past it the other day, and it's not a barber's any longer. It's one of these ladies will do your nails and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff
Nail
now.
bar. Yeah.
Now, it's a bit more than a nail bar. They do massages and all sorts
Right.
of things. But you wouldn't get me in there because it's for ladies.
No, I mean, I love the Turkish hairdresser. I've been going there for 2 or 3 years now. Not only do you get your hair cut, but you get your eyebrows trimmed, and then he comes with a magic wand, flames, and gets rid of hairs that shouldn't be there. Okay, so
Well, I don't have hairs that shouldn't be there. All of my hairs belong where they are.
right. And Corinda is saying morning both. Can somebody check that there are 3 of us on screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just he can't count.
Belive TV and OneStream do not partner each other. They know of each other. They're happy for me to be working for both of them. I'm bringing them together.
right.
Yeah. So it's my venture rather than anything. Well, I have the goodwill and the support of Belive and OneStream, for which I'm grateful. But they're not getting together. They are 2 separate companies, one based in Israel, the other based in Finland. And they have their own strengths and weaknesses. And I'll tell you about the strengths, but I'm not going to mention the weaknesses. Okay, now, earlier this week, in fact, on Tuesday night, I posted "Enough is enough" on Facebook. Just those words, "Enough is enough." And I left it, I said, this is open to interpretation. But the background to this is something that was said by our Prime Minister, who's currently in Israel. The bombing of the hospital is a watershed moment for leaders in the region across the world to come together to avoid further dangerous escalation of the conflict. And that was said by Rishi Sunak as he touched down in Israel today.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that basically that was my concern. Enough's enough, irrespective of who did it, irrespective of whose rocket it was. Enough is enough. Yeah, I mean, Gaza is being bombed every single day. Innocent civilians are being killed, and there is no discernible benefit to doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick up for Israel, brother. The BBC went right away and said they've bombed, and it wasn't. They've got facts now. It's not an Israeli attack by the bomb, because theirs would be much bigger, right?
Yeah.
They found out it was Hamas that put the bomb up.
Yeah, but there's another theory as well that it was an Israeli rocket, but the warhead didn't explode, but the fuel left caused an explosion and then set fire to the
There's
hospital.
too much disinformation.
There's another theory, just before another theory, Peter, that it wasn't Hamas, it was another group of Palestinians who were responsible for it. It wasn't an Hamas rocket. I think everybody agrees on that.
Right. Okay. So where did you get that from?
I got that from The Guardian.
The Guardian. Where did they get that information from?
I didn't ask them.
Where does anybody get their information? No one knows how good any
That's right.
sources
I mean,
are at the moment.
the thing that Mr. Cleverly said yesterday was that there's going to be a British investigation, and they're waiting until the results are in on that investigation. And I think that we will do an impartial investigation, and then we'll know what's happened, Peter.
Well, I can tell you something now. Israel have been very restrained. They gave everybody plenty time. They told them to get to the southern border. Get to the southern border. And they give them quite a long time to do that, right? Now, they're all sitting at the border with Egypt. Here's a question. Egypt, why are you not letting those people in? Why are they not letting those people in?
That one I can answer. We're also currently saying we're also on news that some disability people don't understand anything about bowel health and constipation for people with learning disabilities. We'll come on to that possibly, Corinda. Okay. Right. Egypt have a border with Gaza, and it's a border which normally sees commercial traffic and people going to and fro. The Egyptians do not want a Palestinian settlement in Egypt because they feel that if they open the border and let everybody through, what they're going to get is, like other countries have got, a Palestinian settlement within of refugees within Egypt. So they're basically saying, okay, we'll let aid go through, we'll let some people cross, but we don't want a mass exodus from Gaza into Egypt. Because
how generous of them. Where are they going to go, Egypt? I suppose we'll take them out of Britain and have another area there.
Can you just wind back a bit, Peter? We're speaking from England, and our record is not the best.
I'm speaking from Scotland.
We're speaking from the United Kingdom. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a crap record at handling this.
Our Prime Minister has just said a watershed. Oh, wait. Oh, we've lost Peter. Hopefully that wasn't.
Well, we've upset him.
Okay. I knew I debated whether to actually mention this or not. I think we'll try and move on if we can
find a different topic.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
I'm not. I'm reading what Corinda said, and I think it's not just disability people. I think most people in the UK have no idea about bowel health at all.
True. Yeah, I mean, I the medication I'm on at the moment, which is metformin, can play havoc with your system. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's see if we can get Peter back. We'll go over to Messenger, and I think we both message him.
Oh, ow, my legs. Come back, Peter. All is forgiven. We don't hate the Scots, honestly.
Right. Okay. Or it could have been on a call. It could be something else. Let's go over here. Oh, right. Okay. It was a technical fault.
Right. Was it a picnic? Was it a picnic?
It was a technical fault. Anyway, let's do this officially. We've been going for a few minutes, but welcome to the show. This is Blabbing for Britain, episode 394. And if you're listening on a Saturday morning on Royston Radio, welcome.
Did you cut me off, Stephen?
I don't do.
Peter, it was a picnic.
I know. What happened was I seen a warning triangle come up, but I was actually still listening to you.
Oh, right.
Okay. I'm still listening to everything. So you better not be speaking about me because I heard you.
Right.
Right. Move on then.
Yeah. It's
we were talking about bowels and disability when
I know. I heard you. I heard everything. I heard everything.
What do you know what your bowel health is all about, Peter?
Yes. Um, when I went on my keto diet, it certainly sorts your bubbles out. That's for sure. You know.
No.
With the type of stuff. But I've been on metformin and everything since 1992, and my doctor, no, not my diabetic nurse, just about 6 months ago, I says, I'm on 6 metformin, and she says, what are you doing in that? I says, I thought you would tell me. You should have what? I says, I thought you would tell me that. It's taking a long time to tell me because I've been on 6 since 1992.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was looking at today? I'm just going to mention that. I've reached the stage I'm looking for an online doctor now to cut the queues. But there's only so much stuff you can get. I think I've got arthritis in my foot. Arthritis. Phoned the receptionist at my doctor's and said, oh, I don't know what to do about that. And she never did. She didn't do anything.
No, it is virtually, I mean, this is not as serious as your situation, Peter, but I got a reading of 3.6.
Ooh.
And I thought, yes, exactly. Ooh. And I thought, well, that's getting darn close to 2.8 in coma time. So we got the app, the NHS app, and I was able to message the surgery for the attention of my diabetic nurse.
Yeah.
And then he said, right, okay, I'll give you a call tomorrow at 4:35. Okay. So I went live at 4 o'clock and thought I'll finish at 4:30.
Yeah.
But he rang whilst I was live on air.
Yeah.
Okay. And then if you try to ring back, you can't.
Yeah.
If you try to message back, you can't. Trying to have a conversation is just nigh impossible. The only way you can actually get a conversation is to get face to face.
Yeah.
And getting face to face, you just said, is incredibly difficult. I'm unfortunate. I've got an appointment tomorrow at 3:05. I'm making a list of questions which I'll take with me.
Yeah.
Including which are traveling.
Yeah.
I'll come back to that. But so I'm seeing him tomorrow. But actually getting medical attention from a GP at the moment is just horrendous.
It's just terrible, you know. It costs about 30 quid with the online ones, but it's I don't think they go too deep. But I've got my singing partner. I don't know if you've seen the size of my singing partner. He can hardly walk. He has now got a reading machine, which I told him to get ages ago, right? And he's a big scared because he's hitting 3.9 and everything. He's went for his sugar level was too much. He's went too far the other way, and we'll all do that, right?
Yeah.
And he was down to 3.9 as well. And he was driving. I says, you'll lose your license. You're going to have to watch what you eat and get more into you. And you can go too far the other way. He's lost a stone. He's a big guy. And so he's struggling with that as well. And we'll have a laugh about compromising. I said, can we go and practice for singing at nights? No, I need to be home. I have to need proper meals and that. And I went, me too. And then and then he says, oh, I says, can we meet at weekends? So, oh no, I've got to be with my partner, my girlfriend. I've got to be with her. I says, so I have to take 3 hours out of my working day then.
Yeah, I mean, technically, to drive, you've got to take a test before you start, and you've got to be within range. And if he did a test at 3.9, then he shouldn't be driving, should he?
Oh no!
And then if you've got a longer journey, you've got to take a test every 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not type 1, so I wouldn't know. But is that what you've got to do by law now?
Yep. As far as I know. I mean, I'm starting to be corrected, but I did see it the other day because I was going through the leaflets given to me by the...
I know that heavy goods lorry drivers, believe it or not, folks, you can drive a heavy goods lorry with diabetes, type 1.
Yeah.
So they've got to do it. Yeah. That's compulsory. Right.
All right. Okay. Good news from Corinda. Stephen saying, guess what? I found And when I didn't go on Amazon so much, I just went on the app today and it says I'm insider. Congratulations, Corinda. Enjoy broadcasting on Amazon Live.
Do you still do it, Stephen?
Sorry?
Do you still do that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, basically, I don't make any money at it, Peter, but I'm promoting One Stream and Be Live and myself. So as a shop window, being an Amazon insider is a valuable commodity. So I do go live possibly 3 or 4 times a week there, just promotion, just because I enjoy it.
Yes.
It's the biggest audience. It's not what it was. And we're going to, I mean, basically, when we get to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we'll know the lie of the land and what they're actually planning to do. I mean, they're keeping it going. There's now an Android app, so you don't have to have an iPhone to actually go and become an insider and broadcast on Amazon Live. So there is a new app out there. They're improving the app itself. The only thing that they're not doing is promoting it.
Yeah.
Question from Corinda, Peter.
Corinda, I'll tell you how my blood pressure is. Just you wait.
Okay. Now,
I think
when John and I talk about Peter's blood pressure, we're talking about when Peter goes off on a rant, not about his general state of health. We're just saying that you've got to watch yourself when you get worked up. So, Corinda, well, Peter, I mean, you're the one who can answer Corinda's question.
I haven't taken my blood pressure for a while, actually, and I'll maybe do that today, because Sheila was a nurse. She's not a nurse, and she looks after me or things like that, you know. But unfortunately, I have put on some weight, because I've maybe noticed I haven't been cycling. I think that's, I went up from a 32 waist to a 34, unfortunately. But you know something? I actually feel better for it, because when I was cycling, I was tired all the time. I was pushing my body, you know.
So you've got more power now.
Yes, I have, yeah. And I was quite interested. I was just pushing myself to the limit every weekend.
Yeah.
And I was so tired. But people said to me, yeah, you're not cycling anymore. It's amazing. And, you've put on a wee bit of weight, have you? With tail anyway. I said, well, you should be happy, because I'm getting the 32s up to 34s. £7 a time.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to do some running in the next week or so. I haven't run since end of July.
Okay.
Technically, it shouldn't be a problem because the heart's good. I just need a mindset change. I need to do a bit of reframing.
Yeah.
And say that if you run, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm getting towards that stage, and I'll just go out and I'll just run, and then I'll get back into the park run proper. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm actually volunteering for the park run and being a marshal.
Get Angelica to run with you with a defibrillator.
Yeah.
Sick joke.
Corinda.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So
right. Do we have any topics?
Do you take your blood pressure off your Fitbit watch?
It measures my heart rate, but not my blood pressure.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know whether you can see this or not. This is frightening. Just a minute. I'm going to load the Fitbit program. And I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see the screen, and then hopefully you can see the screen too. But if I go to heart rate, which is somewhere down here, yep. Okay, my heart rate is variable, but if you look at this one, I'm trying to get it on screen.
It's too bright.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, so the first part of the graph is before I was diagnosed with diabetes, and the second part of the graph is since I started treating myself, and you can see the amazing difference. Yeah. I mean, every system that I was using up until July was saying I was working darn hard.
Yeah.
But I wasn't actually. My heart rate was too high. And
Yeah.
now it's just come down to something more respectable. So it's around 65, 66 now.
Is
But
that your resting?
yeah, I mean, that shows me that I was definitely suffering
Yes.
the first half of this year, although I felt fine.
Yes. Yes.
So there you are, graphic proof.
So mine varies between 79 and 81.
Mine's are still quite a bit high, but I'm on tablets for it for high blood pressure. But
okay.
My blood pressure this morning was 116/72, which doesn't mean a lot to me.
oh well, that's good, John. That's good, very good.
Right, Corinda's saying he uses an Android watch and
Yeah.
on screen. My heart rate, I used to have an Apple Watch, but Apple Watch not really good. Then an Android watch. Okay.
That's an Android watch as well.
Do you know I've got a couple of watches, an Android and Apple, and they're sitting in a car. I'm not a watch wearer. I don't wear jewelry.
Yeah.
I don't wear jewelry. It's just, yeah.
Well, I've got the Fitbit and I've got my ice badge.
Yeah.
There, in case of emergency. Contact Angelica. But it used to say, its current one says no medical conditions. Yeah. I've got a new one on order, which says diabetes type 2. So that when I'm wearing that, anybody who finds me somewhere knows I've got diabetes, which I think
it's a sad thing, but there are people who have passed away because people thought they were drunk and they were in a street. Because when you get a diabetic low, you slur and everything.
Yeah.
And people can leave you there and say, imagine being drunk in a time of day like this. And then the next thing, you're not here. So,
yeah. I mean, I had to go for an eye checkup from New Medica, who did the cataract surgery. I go every 6 months.
Yeah.
And he said at the end of the consultation, everything is as it was 6 months ago, which is brilliant news. Everything is stable. Yeah. I've got to say now, I'm keeping as well as a normal calendar. I've got a medical calendar and it's got all the appointments on it. So I was happy with that, but he told the story. I mean, basically, Parkrun saved my life. If I hadn't been part of Parkrun, then I wouldn't have had the good treatment that I had from everybody on the Parkrun team. And but he said that one of his father's friends went out for a run, collapsed, and didn't come back. So it's.
That's the same when I collapsed on my bike and on a big hill, and I'm a big hill. And I remember when I collapsed and put an ambulance, I just heard this.
I need to take this. It's the hospital. So could you?
Yeah.
Hello, John Upton speaking.
Yeah. So basically, I was going up the hill, and then I was taken away in an ambulance, and I just heard this woman saying, "Oh, just put his bicycle over the fence, and we'll get it later." I says, "No, you're not." For the ambulance, it's 800 quid's worth there.
Yeah.
That was Smith's thought of it. But we had a cyclist with us. He fell behind, ended up in a ditch, and he passed away.
Yeah.
So if you're getting older folk, do group activity. Don't go on your own.
Well, that's the danger, isn't it? When you go, I mean, there are systems which can track where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I used Strava to monitor my walks, then every so often you could actually set off a beacon, which would tell Angelica exactly where I was.
Yeah.
I've not got to that stage yet because I only ever go local. And I don't go out unless I feel good. I wouldn't go out if I felt bad. So I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of young men don't like it. What are you doing in that woman's house with that beacon? What are you doing there? It's funny, I went in I had a phone. My phone had to get sorted. He's going away. Are you back?
Yeah, it's for Celia.
Okay.
But if they ring the home number, it rings on my mobile.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the heart man come to talk about the state of her heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was in getting my phone fixed, guys, and I says, I need a phone. I says, what's a burner phone? He says, it's a phone that you buy. I says, a Turkish shop type. He says, all it does is take texts and phone calls. I says, who mainly buys them? He says, men having affairs.
No idea. I don't think I could. Well, yeah.
I'm so sorry. And yeah, but again, we've got so many mobile shops. I was 40 quid. At the port wasn't working well at the bottom for charging and things. He says, you looked inside, he says, it's wet. How come it's wet? And I said, oh, I lie in the bath a lot, looking at my phone. So anyway, got it fixed. And you know what I'd done the day after? You're not going to believe this. I got a new tray that goes over my bath. And I put my phone to the side. But the side, this time, I knew the side was a gap. And I seen the phone going down. And so I just fixed it. And I was fuming. So I put it on. I could take phone calls in here. But when I put on my media, YouTube and that, no sound.
Right.
So I said, right, what am I going to do here? I actually got an app. And the app comes into your phone. Do you know what it does?
No.
It shakes your phone. And then it worked.
Oh, blimey. Weird.
You download it, put it in, you get adverts, and you put it to high, and it just went. Then I put on YouTube and listened to it.
Brilliant.
That saved me a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
You know. So I got a case. I got a case for it, right?
Yep.
And it's got that. But guess what? As usual, I can't put in the hearing socket doesn't fit, right? Got it from Amazon. But it's to the left and I can't put it in. So I got earbuds instead. Because I do like lying in the bath listening to things.
The alternative, Peter, is one of these.
Right. What's that?
Basically, it takes the lead from your headphones and that plugs into there, and then that plugs into your phone.
Oh, send me a link for that. What's it called?
It's I've been selling these for forever. They're $7.80, and it just allows you to use normal 3.5 mil jack on anything.
Okay.
Works
There's always something, is there?
Sorry?
There's always something.
Oh yeah. Over to Corinda, and Corinda saying he's found a Nokia going to cut 14,000 jobs. Nokia in the day were the best phone going.
Yeah.
That's going back to the beginning of mobile phones, really.
Yeah, they went down the Windows route instead of the Android route, didn't they?
Right.
And that's what murdered them.
And Corinda's saying he used to do that, Peter, but I got into trouble for it. So
lying in the bath with a phone.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing like it. Yeah.
I believe you. Right now, an announcement.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring a picture on screen. A picture is of Ask Angelica, Season 5, Episode 16, which was Practical German for German Schools. As you know, you both know, we go live, and John joins in on every other Friday. We go live on Facebook, YouTube, and then it's put onto Angelica's YouTube channel as a resource. However, in addition to that, you know that Blabbing for Britain is on Royston Radio.
Yes.
Ask Angelica is going on to Royston Radio.
Oh, very good.
Which is brilliant. So I want to say publicly, thank you to Fonz. And Angelica's made up. She's quite happy about it. So basically, we have all the episodes for seasons 4 and 5. That's 59 episodes. And I've got all the MP3s for them. So after this broadcast today, I'll send the audio to go on Royston Radio for Blabbing for Britain, and then 3 episodes of Ask Angelica, and that will be appearing on Royston Radio next week. All good. It worked quite well.
Ask Angelica if she remembers Karina Schnabel.
I will.
Karina Schnabel. That was the lady that used to teach the British troops on television, and it always started with this. And it was a parrot as well, a big beak. I'm not sure what Schnabel is. Do you know what Schnabel is?
No, I don't, Peter. I'm sorry.
Okay, right. So that's Karina Schnabel. She's passed away now, but she also appeared, I believe, on Auf Wiedersehen Pet when they were in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know the guy that actually was the foreman who got them all the work came from Aberdeen?
It's a small world. Over to Corinda, and I'll inbox you the link, Peter. Sounds good. And all right, okay. Yes, this is the news from Corinda. Oh, here the news for Stephen and me. Another Amazon pledges parcels in an hour using drone deliveries.
Oh,
Won't happen for me.
too near the airport.
Correct.
I'm the same.
Right. I'm out in the sticks. There's no airport near us. You've got to go as far as Bristol to actually get near an airport. So they're testing it in one county. They haven't said which county yet.
Yeah.
There have been tests 2 or 3 years ago, but delivery by drones, I think the limit, it's going to be a box, and it's got to be less than £5 in weight, and the drone will deliver it. This is sci-fi come true, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, in the Western Isles, Royal Mail are using drones to deliver mail, and some people are using as a firm delivering parcels, and they're delivering medicine and everything. And I think it's an absolutely brilliant idea, because if these people are stuck because of the sea's bad, they can still put a drone over. I just think it's fantastic, delivering medicines and things like that. I just think it's great.
Well, it becomes an essential public service, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it saves on man hours and everything, but we've got to use these things to. Could you imagine Royal Mail delivering a letter and they get it with it, and it's a Dear John? Remember what a Dear John is? It's when your girlfriend's saying, "I'm not coming with you anymore."
Have you seen these drones, Peter, that the Royal Mail are using?
They're quite big, aren't they?
They're as big as a lorry.
Right. I hope they don't have drone rage when people start flying their drones in about the area.
Yeah, so they're actually delivering from an airport in Lerwick to Unst, which is 50 miles each way.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a great thing.
And then Kirkwall to Ronaldsay, both in the Oldham.
Yeah.
They're using a third-party company called Wind Racers.
Yes, I knew there was a third-party company doing for it. And no, I think it's a great idea. And getting vital medicines. Imagine you're on an island up there and you need insulin, right? And a lot of the boats are stopped because of the weather up there. And then the drone, if it crashes, it crashes. There's nobody's life involved, but they can get that insulin to somebody. You know, I think it's a great. See, Stephen is now finding out what it's like to be diabetic on insulin, and it's amazing how it's going to change your life. You know,
they've got smaller drones as well that carry like an aerodynamic tank with the mail in.
Yeah. The only problem is that, could you imagine if it for some reason fell in the water? Nobody'd ever get their mail.
I think they would float. Yeah.
Do you know the first
But
plane?
if you go to the Royal Mail's page on drones, there's pictures of all the different drones that they're using.
It's amazing. Do you know one of the first flights I see coming in the morning to Aberdeen? No, it's funny enough, I haven't heard it for a while. Do you know what it is? It's the Royal Mail plane coming in. Saying just fly every day up to Aberdeen and drop the mail off. I think it's from London, actually. Fascinating, the Royal Mail, when you look at it. You know?
I mean, it used to be, let's go back, bring myself back on. Royal Mail is an amazing organisation, and delivery of letters is something that we in the UK can be proud of.
Yeah.
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 Through your letterbox rather than being thrown on your property.
It's just a shame. I don't think it's making money.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it?
Parcels makes money, but mail doesn't, apparently.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, this year I was shocked at how much I was paying out on stamps and envelopes. It's all going in email now. Wow, what a saving. What a saving.
It's a saving to you, but it's what's making Royal Mail shrink and shrink and shrink.
Yeah. I mean,
that is why Royal Mail's going, and Parcel Force is.
Yeah. What I think what may happen in the future, all these people say, no, wait a minute. He's sending emails here and there and there. I think we'll start charging for our platform. I mean, because one of the biggest problems, I'm meeting someone after this. So it takes 20 minutes to half an hour for me to get an email through from my business service email. It's no use because I found out I was paying quite a lot of money again for text. And it's a lot of money, about $2,000, if not more, in text a year, right? The amount of calls we get. So if we get to an email, but 20 minutes is too late. So do you know who I've went to just now? I've went to Yahoo. And I downloaded that. In fact, if I give you an email now, John or Stephen, send me an email to aberkill@yahoo.com. If you don't mind.
Okay, I don't mind at all.
Yahoo.co.uk then.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because it's only going to be between me and the call center. Yeah.
Okie doke.
It's just us, it's just them, it's getting it.
I mean, Gmail's instant.
No, mine isn't. Mine isn't. My service one isn't.
All right, can you say that again, Peter?
aberkill@yahoo.com. And tell me the time you send it up, please, and see if it comes in. So I've set it up, so I should see it. Yeah, it's the Gmail. It's the problem. I get my normal email instantly, but the other one is just a total disaster.
Okay, I've just got something here, Peter. I've typed in your email address, and I've got a yellow box at the bottom because I'm on Gmail, and it says, "Be cautious about sharing sensitive information." I just put my glasses on to read the rest of it because the warning continues. aberkill.yahoo.com is outside your organization, isn't in your contacts. Okay, that's protecting me. It's nothing to do with Yahoo.
Click
okay.
Well, I sent mine from Gmail and I didn't get any warning at all.
Well, are you on free or business?
Free.
I'm just probably on free because I only use it for odds and ends. I don't use it for. The only reason I have a Gmail account is I can test the emails I send out for other people to make sure they're going to get in there.
I need to get a platform that cuts out Gmail and comes direct to the phones because it's a nightmare. And it costs me a lot of money.
Well, haven't you got any email with your hosting of your website?
Yeah, hosting. Yeah.
So you must have email there.
Well, it uses the same email. But then it's pointed to Gmail.
But why aren't you having the email running on the whoever supplies your hosting.
Yeah.
It is. Then we put it through Gmail.
But
No.
why?
Yeah, you mean you could have.
Right.
Obviously, you've researched this. You've got it all working, so all
Yeah.
job done. But you could have had peter@aberkill.com.
Yes. Well, it's one for service. It's to get
Yeah.
service by customers. So you're telling me I don't have to point it at Gmail. What would I have to do to get it then?
Set up well, Pete, John.
I don't understand why you even need Gmail.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So
Okay.
I've got the phones here. You go to the website, right?
Yeah.
Where do I point that?
You go to the website as admin.
Yeah.
There's an option for email, and you can add an email. Well, first of all, you've got to pick which service you want to use to actually read your mail. And then you can create an email address as sort of offers@aberkill.com, info@aberkill.com, peter@aberkill.com.
Yeah. And where does it go to on my phone?
You set your app on your phone to read that account, to receive that.
What app?
Outlook.
Don't use Outlook.
But right. You could use Outlook on your phone. You don't have use Outlook on your machine at home.
Yeah, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and we all select our best ways of doing it. And have you got my email, Peter?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Send me an email.
I did.
No, not yet. See, so even that's too slow.
But have you pressed the little whirly arrow to collect your email? Otherwise, it's only going to do it at the interval at which you've got set as the default collect mail, which could be half an hour.
But I set it on notifications. This is doing my nothing.
You're only going to get a notification if Gmail.
I'm not using Gmail.
Yeah, but
it's Yahoo. I've set up a Yahoo.
It doesn't matter. XYZ mail. You still needs to collect. If you're only telling it to collect every 10 minutes, you're not going to see the email until it does a collection in 10 minutes.
But I think I've set it up. I've got the Yahoo app.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I've set it up to come in right away.
Okay. Well, I emailed you at 10:45.
And it's not in. No use to me.
Oh no, 4 minutes ago.
That's no. See, I've got to be quick. It's got to be instant.
Yeah.
I emailed you at 10:44.
Well,
John was first.
It's just doing my nothing, and it affects my business.
Oh yeah, we appreciate that, and we're trying to.
Yes, I really
come with a solution.
So, no, what's this?
That's an email from John.
No, it's not come up in Yahoo Mail. It worked in the house yesterday. It's not come up. Okay, right. We'll move on. I'll talk to you about it.
Right. Okay.
Do you use Word?
Yes.
So, do you have a subscription to Microsoft Office
365?
It's not called Microsoft Office. It's just called MS 365 now.
Okay, I think so. Yes.
So, on top of that subscription, you can have a high-performance mailbox with Microsoft.
Making up and can I still use the same email?
Yeah, you can decide which email. You can't use app. Right, you can use Peter @ or instant reply at aberkill.co.uk or
Yes.
.com, yeah, and then run it through Microsoft's high-performance servers.
Right. Okay. I'll meet online with you at some point, John. Yeah, and because it's going to save me a lot of money because I won't use the text after that. But two of us need to get the same email.
I don't understand why text is costing you money. phones come with unlimited texts these days.
No, it's the call centre. Sorry about this, folks, but
So the call centre charge you to send you a text.
now, folks, if you're ever getting a service, you need to look at it from time to time. We had 792 calls last month. I says, give me a database of all the calls that come in, and it was leads or whatever. Now, if you have 792 calls, what would you expect on the sheet it comes in?
792 entries in the database.
Correct! That was 486. So I've queried it, right? They said, well, we try and answer. We can't, I'll give them an idea. We can't promise that we'll answer them all. Right? So that's about 300. So Ewan and I have written back and said, we need to know what happened to the 300 calls. Please investigate. Now,
don't they auto send them off to an auto answer?
Yes, this is what's happening. So this is what I presume. So you phone my business. They've not answered yet, but it opens up a line and it goes, your call is important to us. Please hold the line. Please hold that. And I check it. Then it goes, please hold the line. If you prefer, please leave your phone number. At that point, they put the phone down and I meant the phone back.
Yeah.
Right. So it looks as though I may be paying £300 for non-answered calls. Yeah, we're getting the majority of them.
That 486 out of 792 is not majority, it's about 60%.
Yeah, and what happened, I like the way he works with percentages. And then one weekend I listened, I'm not so great at the weekend. And then I listened to them all, and I got into, I says, 5 calls. I says, listen, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but 5's useless. 5 calls and I've never done this before, but I put on a review. And you know something, I got a call the next day.
You put an honest review on there, Peter.
I did. It's a great service, but basically at the weekend, it just drops downhill, basically. And I've used it for years, and I tried some. I'm going to rant about this. I got another firm to do it. It says, if people phone you in and you don't get the call, but you know who's phoned in, what do? Guess what they said to me?
They phone them back.
No, then you would have to pay for another service, which is in another department, who phone out. And folks, I'll tell you the name of them, Smart PA, right? So there, I says, you're telling me that you don't phone them back? No, you would have to subscribe to another service to phone out. I'll have to cut me off a minute, please.
Okay, so we remove Peter from the equation. Okay, football, John.
It's a round thing, usually covered in leather.
Yes, I know, but we're getting too many empty Saturdays. An empty Saturday is when the Premier League don't play.
This international shutdown.
Yeah,
it's just rubbish.
It is. It is. There was a time when you could say, right, Saturday is soccer day. Yeah. Either you go in person or you listen or watch on television, listen to the radio.
Are you expecting to broadcast to Americans? Soccer day?
I basically, we're broadcasting to the people of Royston. So I think we're quite safe to...
Oh, it's called football!
We're quite safe to interchange the two. I don't think there's a real problem with that. Yeah, I mean, it used to be every Saturday, and now it just gets interrupted for, well, World Cup, it gets interrupted for European championships. It just
I couldn't believe how many Division 1 and Division 2 matches were postponed because of international commitments.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that the weekend. The thing is that the quality throughout all 4 divisions has just improved beyond all recognition, and you've got international players in the lower reaches. Yeah.
And then the BBC had to do live soccer, and they had to show a match from FA Cup minnows playing each other.
Yeah.
Because there was no match to show.
Yeah, what a thing is coming
higher
to.
level of quality. But yeah, and Burnley are still in the bottom 3, though, aren't they?
They still are, yeah. But we do have 4 points, which is 4 more than we had before we got a draw and a win.
It's the same as Luton, but they've just got a better goal advantage, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, we will get. I'm sure we'll survive. I don't have any qualms about that. But it's going to be a roller coaster ride. Yeah, because we're going to win games we don't expect to win and lose the ones we expect to lose. So it's going to be a very tough season all round. But if we can get through the first season, then they might be set for 2 or 3 years. Hope so. I mean, certainly. I mean, they've got a second team, which would win in the championship. There are that many players now on the staff at Burnley. It is just not true. They could put out 2 full teams every week.
But you only get to choose from 23.
What? Yeah, I mean, what
23 plus any under 23 players that have been listed, because they're free. They don't come out of your quota.
Right. Okay. But basically, we won the match. Yeah. What did Vincent Kompany do the following week? He changed the team, and all the Clarets fans, me included, are going, well, why? If you've got a winning side, why do you rotate the team?
Oh, now where are the other 2 Claret and Blue teams?
Right. Okay.
The Villa are 5th, and West Ham are 9th or 10th, aren't they?
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah. Indeed.
And yet they were in your position last season, right down at the bottom.
Yeah. Anything's possible. We've got to believe in that. We've got to be internal optimists. Yeah. I mean, imagine being a Man United fan at the moment.
Disappointed would, I think, be the word.
Yeah, I think so. They're basically, I mean, we know things go in cycles. You get teams at the top of the league and they stay there for a while, then they come down again, with the exception of Man City, who stay at the top. But most teams have a cyclical win-lose seasons. And yeah, I tell you what, though.
I was unfair to West Ham. They're 7th.
All right. Okay. Tell you what, Mr. Kane's doing well in Germany.
Yeah, well, he needed a change of scenery, didn't he? It just becomes stale where he was.
Yeah.
And even Nottingham Forest are not doing bad either.
Right. Okay. And Everton?
Everton?
No,
what's that team? Where are they?
All right. So
they've got that dikey bloke, haven't they?
Forget Everton then. Birmingham.
They're 16th.
Okay.
They've got 3 more points than you.
Birmingham have got a new manager.
Well, have you seen that? Oh, you cannot believe what the people of Birmingham think about the fact they've got a new manager. Have I still got it open? They've this is here now.
Hello.
Oh. Yeah. So Wayne Rooney has gone to become manager of Birmingham.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. I've still got it open.
Okay.
Here is the Birmingham Live, which is the Birmingham Mail, the local newspaper. They asked a handful of questions. There's so few, I'll run through them quickly. Do you believe the Blues owners were right to swap John Eustace for a new manager? Yes, 31%. No, 69%.
Yeah.
Do you believe Wayne Rooney will be a success as Blues manager? Yes, 38%. No, 62%. Where do you think Blues will finish this season with Rooney in charge? Promoted 2%, playoffs 18%, top 10 26%, mid-table 39%, relegation 15%. And the last question is, does this move give you greater confidence in the club's new owners or not? Yes, 35%, no, 65%. So the
There you
people
go.
in Birmingham don't think he's worth having.
Well, we'll know by the end of the season. Okay, well, I think
Johnny
John,
Eustace
it's over to
was
you.
very, very popular.
John, it's over to you.
Okay, it's me to say goodbye. So it's goodbye from the man in the heart of storm, Babe T, because that's what we say in Birmingham, Babe T, not the bet. Yeah, it's like we say me instead of memes, but you know, we're quite weird here, aren't we?
Yeah.
So it's goodbye from Stephen in Wiltshire.
Bye.
It's goodbye from me in just south of Birmingham, and goodbye from him in Aberdeen. Bye.
Bye.